The following podcast contains mature subject matter, adult themes, and may also contain profanity. You have been warned.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Mel
Hello.
B.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm pretty alright.
Mel B. Isn't that a Spice Girl?
Isn't that Mel C? I had to think about that, actually.
You know what? I don't really know.
Really?
I thought Mel B was...
You've got a laptop open right in front of you.
Okay, I can look it up.
Because I am quite curious. But in the meantime, thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone,
Yeah.
for coming by again.
I was right. Mel B.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What if I call you Mel D?
Mel B?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I can just call you Mel.
Or Mel works.
Yeah. I like your full name better, but I know you prefer to be called Mel, so it's cool, man.
Yeah,
It's
alright.
all good. It's all good. Yeah, so welcome everybody. Gray day out here today. I don't even know what the temperature is. Hey, computer, what's the temperature?
Good afternoon, Rod. Right now, it's 6 degrees Celsius. Tonight, expect a low of -2 degrees. Have a pleasant afternoon.
Wow,
up.
she's so pleasant.
I know.
Google doesn't talk to me like that.
That's because I've conditioned her. No, not like, no, I mean
It's
literally
groomed.
like
She's been
programmed.
groomed.
Gross. Yeah, so it's not awesome out today, but you know, whatever. It is April.
It is.
You know.
It snowed yesterday, so,
Maybe where you
you
live.
know.
Not here.
Yes, it did.
Didn't.
It did.
Didn't.
I was in Kitchener yesterday and it was snowing.
You were where?
Kitchener.
All right.
Anyways,
What time of the day was that?
at like 9:30.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well that's why I don't know it was snow.
I've been
Yeah,
for hours by 9:30. But anyways.
good for you.
Uh-huh.
I would have been up, but I'd have been, you know, drinking coffee and not looking outside.
Okay.
So, yeah, anything new? Before we get into the meat of the biscuit?
The
Or whatever.
the meat of the biscuit.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I wish biscuits had meat. Yeah, anything new?
I'm sure you could put meat in biscuits if you really wanted to.
We're deviating badly into bad country.
All right. What you got? What kind of stories you got?
Oh,
You want to go first?
yeah.
All right.
Fine, sure. So, yeah, I was reading about a psychoactive drug made from human bones that has seen addicts digging up graves to get high in Sierra Leone in West Africa. Such a problem that they've declared a national emergency as quote-unquote zombie narcotic sweeps through the country, killing dozens a month.
Wow.
I know. Okay.
Okay, there's so much to unpack in that one.
Well, or at least dig up. Because the country has witnessed a sharp spike in abuse of the drug they call Kush. Which is weird because that's also like I don't know if it's a strain, but a variety of cannabis.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not the same thing here. Why? I hope not. But it's forcing police officers to guard cemeteries in the capital of Freetown to stop young men from digging up skeletons to get high. Like, I'm not gonna lie. There's times in my life, you know, where I was like, God, I wish I had some grass.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
I have a good movie to watch. I want to unwind, but I didn't have any.
Right. You know what I should do?
Right. I know. Where's the nearest cemetery?
Okay, but who came up with this?
With what?
How did this even start?
Well, that's a good question. So, Kush is a drug made from a variety of substances, including toxic chemicals, herbs, cannabis, disinfectant, but one of the main ingredients is ground up human bones, as they contain traces of sulfur, which allegedly can enhance the drug's effect. In a nationwide broadcast yesterday, Sierra Leone's President Bio said, "Our country is currently faced with an existential threat due to the ravaging impact of drugs and substance abuse, particularly the devastating synthetic drug Kush. Although there is no official death toll linked to Kush abuse, one doctor from Freetown told the BBC in recent months hundreds of young men had died from organ failure caused by the drug. Between 2020 and 2023, admissions to the Sierra Leone Psychiatric Hospital with illnesses linked to Kush rose by almost 4,000%.
Holy smokes.
I know, with the vast majority being young men between the ages of 18 and 25. Not really surprised there.
Wow.
It is pretty much like the dumbest age.
Right.
It first emerged in Sierra Leone around 6 years ago and induces a long-lasting hypnotic high which can detach users from reality for several hours. Typically costs only 20p per joint. So if this is English currency, we're looking at like 30 cents Canadian.
Okay.
Although reports suggest that many spend as much as £8, so what, $12, let's say, per day on the drug, which is a huge sum considering the average income is just £400 per year. It's like $600. So they're spending a 50th of the average income a day on this drug.
Oh my goodness.
So they've set up a national task force to deal with this. Currently, there's only one drug rehabilitation treatment center in the whole country. And that's in the capital, of course. But even that was only set up earlier this year and has just 100 beds.
My goodness.
I know.
So, like, how much do you have to smoke to have organ failure? Like, I wonder.
Well, it's a good question. Imagine it depends on the individual what their state of health is.
I suppose.
Right?
But you'd think they're young, so they'd be somewhat healthy.
Yeah.
Question mark?
We are talking about a very poor country.
For sure, yeah.
So
for
there
sure.
could certainly be malnutrition at play.
Yeah.
Which would diminish your organs'
Yeah.
ability to deal with it. Obviously, like your liver is really getting pooched out of it, right?
So, like, who's the sucker that has to go dig up bodies
Well,
and draw straws?
It sounds like they do it themselves, but even other than like human bones is gross.
Sure.
But you know, if it was like, well, they grind up, I don't know, like cow bones. People would be like, okay, yeah, I don't really want any part of that, but that's not that weird.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's also that it contains toxic chemicals and disinfectant. Yeah, I don't want any of that shit.
Ew.
Right? Herbs and cannabis, fine. That's good. But it's still like having a piece of broccoli, you know, on a plate where you're eating, I don't know, radioactive kidneys or something. You know? Like, it's not offsetting it.
Yeah.
You got too much bad in there.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So that's interesting.
So
yeah, it just makes me wonder who the first person was that decided, you know what, we should try.
Well, that's a good question.
We should, you know what might make us even more high.
And what I don't get, like, I have no idea how much, if any, sulfur is in human bones. Sounds like there is, because they're saying that's the active ingredient.
Sure.
But surely there's other places to get sulfur.
You would think.
Well, I don't know.
But again,
I mean,
location.
Yeah, but don't matches have sulfur in them? Yeah, I don't know how you get it out.
I don't know why.
But it's got it. Well, whatever, you know. Anyway.
Just stick the whole match in the middle of the joint.
Maybe. Or maybe there's something else in the bones. I don't know. Anyway, if you find yourself in Sierra Leone, somebody offers you a joint for 30 cents, 40 cents, you're like, shit, that's a good deal.
Right.
Which it is.
You
just
don't.
remember this, just hold out. You know?
Yeah.
Just have a glass of wine or a root beer or something.
Right.
So yeah, that's it. That's from Sierra Leone.
Wow. Well, since we're on the topic of drugs, you remember like years ago? Oh gosh, I don't even remember what year it was now. I think 1997 when Mike Tyson fought Evander Holyfield.
I do.
I remember he like bit his ear off.
I do.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Well, he's doing another fight in July, and his
Mike
name,
Tyson.
Yes, he is. Oh, goodness, his name has escaped me. Jake something.
The snake?
No, not Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yeah, okay, too bad.
That'd
be cool. I'd cheer for Jake for sure.
I know.
For sure.
Just throw a snake at him.
Actually,
like
whoever
this.
Mike Tyson's fighting, I'm cheering for that person.
Oh, no, I kind of want to see Mike Tyson just demolish this guy.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
What did this guy
I really
do?
do. Nothing.
Yeah.
I just want to see it happen.
That's interesting.
Because I've only watched one boxing fight ever, and that was the one I watched where he ripped the dude's ear off. It was hilarious. I was with my mom and dad.
I never saw. Oh, I saw replays of it. Certainly, I didn't watch it at the time. I've never sat through a boxing match. Ever.
I've watched a few, but not like intentionally sat down to watch one.
Right.
But I will watch this one coming up. I'm really intrigued.
All right. So what's the deal with this fight?
So I think for promotion, he's playing on this whole thing with the ear, and he has developed these cannabis edible ears that you can buy.
Wow.
To promote this fight coming up. So he has, so the edible itself is shaped like an actual ear, and he's calling them Mike Tyson bites.
Okay, that makes one works. You know, the guy's got an ear for marketing.
Yeah. So the flavors, there's different flavors you can get.
Go on.
Including black eye berry,
okay,
sour apple punch,
not bad,
and watermelon. I'm not sure. Like, you had all these. He has all these, you know, fighting ones, and then
watermelon.
Wow,
probably. Well, I'll try any of them. All right, cool.
I'm intrigued. I
Yeah.
wonder what the strength is of them. I'd like to know that.
Yeah, I was going to ask that too. Actually.
They are available on the company's online store,
mm-hmm.
but they've already been spotted in dispensaries in New York.
Mm-hmm.
But he's doing a promotional tour, so if you want to go see him, he's going to be in Times Square.
I'm all right. Okay.
But anyway, I thought that was great. Just play up on it, right? Like, why not? Why not? At this point, like, the dude's 57 years old, and he fights like he hasn't aged. Like, you should see some of his training videos.
When is this fight?
It's July sometime, and it's going to be on Netflix.
On Netflix?
Yes, they're doing it live on Netflix.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Well, so it's not pay-per-view.
No, it's part of. Yeah, I think it's just should be a part of your regular Netflix package.
Huh.
So.
You just reminded me. Well, a couple of things actually. One, did you? I don't remember what was the show called. I never watched it because I thought it looked stupid. But it had the character Steve Urkel.
Oh, Family Matters.
That's right.
Yes.
So I don't know what the actor's name is. Jamal something? I don't know why I think that. But anyways. I saw a post, like a couple years ago, of him and Snoop Dogg. No, I can't do that. And the guy who played Urkel had developed his own strain or variety of marijuana. Mm-hmm. That he was distributing, and I think it was called Purple Urkel.
Purple Urkel?
I'm positive that's what it was called. So, this celebrity thing doing cannabis products, it's out there.
Yeah,
I get it. But
if there's a market for it, then go for it. Like, if you can make an extra penny by selling edible ears,
sure.
Hey,
yeah,
get on it. I would love to have one, just to say I had one.
I guess there was cinnamon lips. The gummy lips, and they were cinnamon.
Oh, yes. I know what you're talking about.
Right?
It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, man. We can have like a whole edible Mr. Potato Head. But another thing about Mike Tyson, and this was early on in his career when he was starting to get some success and, be quite well known or whatever. He wanted to, have a streamed, wasn't streamed then because there was no internet as such, but, broadcasted that he would have a fight with a silverback gorilla.
Oh my goodness.
It would be hideous.
I would watch that.
Well, you're going to see somebody die, and it's not going to be the gorilla. Right.
Right, yeah.
No question, Tyson will land the first punch. Maybe a couple.
Yeah.
And the gorilla's going to hate it. It's going to be a whoa.
And destroy him.
Like, literally tear his arms off.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there's...
Like, forget ears.
Yeah.
He's going to take the whole arm.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Like, and beat him to death with it. You know what I mean?
He's so
like
entertaining.
One of your own...
but entertaining.
Beaten to death with one of your own appendages. That's quite an epitaph. You know? He disarmed him. So that obviously never happened because he's alive.
Right.
And it would be animal cruelty. I mean... I have to imagine like a silverback gorilla's skull is probably thicker than ours.
Probably.
But I'm sure, like, you know, would you take a punch in the face, a full strength punch in the face from Mike Tyson for $1 million? Nope. No. Because if I'm not dead, I'm probably going to have brain damage.
Yeah.
And that gorilla, it's not going to like it. People say, wow, the gorilla would barely notice a punch. No, it would.
Yeah.
It would suck.
Get mad.
Real mad. Real fast. And scared.
Yeah.
Even worse.
Yeah.
Right? And now you're trapped in this fucking... Because it's not going to be a ring with ropes around you. What, you want the gorilla going into the crowd?
Yeah, no.
Have some popcorn. Holy shit.
There's a gorilla.
There's a gorilla coming. Give it the popcorn.
Yeah, like you couldn't have people in the audience.
No.
Because the thing would just kill everybody.
It would have to be like a cage match,
Yeah.
which means you're not getting trapped in there with a super pissed off and scared gorilla. Nope. Thank
so
you.
Ridiculous. I love it.
I'd rather wrestle a Komodo dragon for the last pork chop, I think. You know? Because I could offer it half the pork chop. Buy me some time. That gorilla, it's having his ass.
Yeah.
You know, if he's lucky, that's all it's getting. So, yeah. I want to know when that fight is. You'll have to remind me, and then we'll remind our listeners. It's not the gorilla one. That's not happening.
No.
Right?
I just looked up the Tyson Mike.
Tyson Mike. Yeah.
Oh, I see how they do that. Okay. The Mike bites.
Oh,
and the ear actually has a bite out of it, so it looks like it has a bite out of the ear as the gummy itself.
That's a nice touch.
They're $20, and you can get different strengths of them.
Does it say?
Yeah.
How strong they are?
Well, I just pulled up one, and it said this one's like 10 milligrams each.
Yeah.
So, but you can get 20. It looks like 20 is
the peak.
The peak.
Right. Is it a bigger ear? No, I'm just kidding.
Should be.
That's cool, man.
Anyways.
I might actually watch that boxing match. I got one here. This is from our home country of Canada.
July 20th.
July 20th is the fight? How
July,
dare you.
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to watch that then.
Jake Paul.
That's just Jake Paul?
Just Jake Paul.
Why are you cheering against him so angrily?
Who?
Jake. You want Mike to win.
Yeah, I do.
Why?
Because he's a beast.
Yeah, but he's a dick.
Don't care.
Okay.
I just want to see one punch and the guy just down.
What if it goes the other way?
That would be fun too.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're not...
I'm cheering for Tyson just because.
Right, but you're fairly non-partisan.
Even though he's all like rapey and stuff.
Yeah,
nobody wants to talk about that.
Yeah.
We won't talk about that.
That's why I kind of want him to lose.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, sorry, we talked about that a long time.
No problem.
Right.
No, it was good. That was a good one. I like that.
Okay, give it to me.
So this is out in Alberta.
Mm-hmm.
A guy has been harassed by being sent hundreds of dollars worth of pizza.
Oh, this will be good.
So this dude's name, Justin Rybecki, I think is how you say his name. He said he doesn't order pizza often, but pizza often arrives at his home and work. Every time I see Pizza 73 commercials, it gives me nightmares, Rybecki said. In the past 6 months, hundreds of dollars worth of pizza have been ordered in Rybecki's name, and he's not sure why.
So he's not placing these orders.
Nope.
Some random person. Oh, please go on.
Or a glitch. It started in November, one night as his family was sitting down for dinner. He said all of a sudden the doorbell rang, and there's Pizza 73. I'm not going to mention the place again, right? So I'll just say the pizza place.
Yeah.
Rebecca said, none of us in the house had ordered a pizza from them, and they're bugging us to pay for it. At first it seemed like a simple mistake, but when Rebecca checked his email, he saw a confirmation order from the restaurant. He sent the pizza back and decided he would go to the police the next day to report that someone was using his identity and phone number. Good idea. Before he arrived at the station, he got a call from the same pizza delivery place to confirm a pre-order that had been made in his name.
Oh my gosh.
So despite explaining that it wasn't him, a delivery driver showed up with a hefty order to his workplace the next day. He said, I started losing it because he has $150 worth of pizza that I'm not paying for, Rebecca said. He left all cranky and swearing at me, being kind of rude to me. After one more expensive delivery to his home and one more confused delivery driver, Rebecca called the pizza place head office to tell them to cancel any orders made under his name. Then they stopped and went to Domino's.
It's laughable, but it's not laughable.
Well,
because I would be so mad.
Well, he said it's quite frustrating. Early on, police told Rebecca to change his phone number, which, that's annoying, right?
Well, yes.
So he did, but it didn't help.
Oh, my Lord.
Since January of this year, Rebecca has gotten 3 Domino's delivery, with the latest arriving 2 weeks ago. None of the calls have cost Rebecca anything. Of these recent ones.
Okay.
But he's still angry and upset to see so much food go to waste. Because it's quite frustrating. I don't know where it goes. I'm hoping the homeless, or they sell it by the slice. Corporal Troy Savinkov, an RCMP officer and former pizza delivery driver, said what's happening to Rebecca is unusual, but it happens more often than people might think.
Oh, my Lord.
It was a common thing that we used to see where you get a call. It would always be a fairly vast amount of pizzas to a residence. You deliver them, and you're speaking to the homeowner, and they didn't order it. So it is something that, from a delivery driver perspective, that we did see quite often, and back then, we didn't call the police, Savinkov said. While a fake pizza call is not uncommon, Savinkov said Rebecca's case has passed the point of prank. We're into more of a mischief, fraud, and now harassment. Well, no kidding.
Yeah.
So that continuing behavior is concerning. It's also worrying how the calls are being made. These suspects are using some form of technology to manipulate the phone number that's coming in to appear to be our victim's phone number.
Okay, that was going to be my next question.
Rebecca said he's unsure who could be behind the pizzas. He suspects perhaps a disgruntled former co-worker, but he can't be sure. Either someone hates the first pizza place, Pizza 73, and Domino's, or they're getting revenge on me, or something. I have no clue, he said. Police are investigating the case, and Rebecca said he is trying to protect himself by changing his information and beefing up his computer security.
Oh my goodness.
So,
could you imagine?
Well, one thing I don't get. So
is he married? It's probably his wife.
We only said he because he was sitting down with his family for dinner the first time it happened.
Oh my goodness.
The call's coming from inside the house. But what I don't get about it, well, I don't get a lot about it, but he said in the first one he got a confirmation email. Well, if you like to set up an account, with something, certainly more so back in the day, but I think still, if you're going to use an email, you're then going to get a confirmation sent to that email, which you then have to click on to activate that account. And it's done for this very reason, so you can't basically spoof anyone's account.
Well, that's only if you do it online, though. If you're calling it in, it doesn't matter. You can still call in a pre-order or whatever.
Well, true, and so obviously who's ever doing this also has his email address.
Right, yeah.
Right, they'd have to. But, why? I mean, it's kind of a funny prank in a way.
It's a great revenge tactic, though.
Well, it's an old one, like the cops said, like
I
calling
know
a
someone who
fake.
should do it too.
Yeah, I don't want to say it right now. And I don't know their last name.
Oh, I would, yeah.
Or
and
even
I would
where
never
they
say.
live.
I would never say.
No, but I don't even know what that information is.
Right.
But no, I mean, it's certainly an old story. But, to be that dedicated, to send $150 worth of pizza to his work, like, that's now pushing, like, as a joke to being, I'm really trying to fuck with you.
Yeah.
And,
like, this is my place of business now, right? Like,
well, he has so many people that dislike him that he can't guess which one it is.
right.
Or the person's really messed up. Right?
Yeah.
Because, I certainly have met people who don't like me, but nobody's sending pizza to me.
No.
I'd probably be like, oh, sweet. I don't have to make dinner now, Oh, I'm not paying for it, by the way.
Yeah. I couldn't order that, but I'll take it.
But it's good. So it's absurd, but not in a really... Nobody's being badly hurt out of the deal.
No. But
so I found that story a bit refreshing in that regard.
Uh-huh.
But I do hope that's what they're doing with the pizza. Like, if they're throwing it out, then that's lame.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what they would do, actually.
Well, it always brings me to the point, how there's places like, particularly for chicken wings, and if they're on special, would be places like, you can't, whatever, if you got any leftovers, you can't take them home.
Mm.
Right, there are places like that,
Sure.
particularly near the universities, and you have to buy a drink, right?
Okay.
Doesn't have to be alcohol; they can't legally do that.
Right.
But so that you don't go in and go, hey, can I get Coke and 80 wings,
Right.
which you're never gonna eat, and you know that. And you eat 8. You're like, can I take the rest home? They're gonna be like, yeah, dude, we make you buy a drink because we're not making hardly any money on the wings.
Right.
So we want you to stay here as long as possible and drink, even if it is another pop. But my argument always is, so fine, go, and I'm not doing that, right? Like, I'm usually having a beer or two.
Yeah.
And I'm not a student, pretty damn clearly.
Yeah.
I'm past that age.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah?
Clearly.
So at places where I'm like, I won't say where I was last night because I kind of hate them. But this has happened in the past where I order like 10 wings and I've got like 3 left. And I'm like, because it's after 9 and apps are half price. And I'm like, can I get a takeaway container? Like, well, we're not supposed to do that. And I'm like,
But you paid for them.
and what are you going to do with them? Are you going to like throw them on and you're going to give them a quick heat up and throw them on someone else's plate? You better not. And are you throwing them out? You fucking better not.
Yeah.
I bought them.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Well, yeah, you've paid for those. You can do
I
whatever
know.
you want with them.
I know.
That's
Now,
why
one-
you need a MRS. You need to take a man
Oh, I
purse
got
with
one,
you,
dude. I got one.
and then bring a Tupperware container and just throw them in there.
Yeah, my MERS isn't anywhere near that big. But the one place, though, and they make fantastic wings right here in the city, they charge you $1 for the takeaway container on Wings Special Night, and then that $1 gets donated to charity.
Oh.
I'm
Okay.
all, that's cool.
Okay.
That's a happy medium.
Yeah.
It's like this, I won't say a place, but where we went last night, I wanted to book a table to watch a game, Leaf game, right? Phone them up, oh, you got to have at least 10 people in your group to make a reservation. I'm like, what are you, high?
Oh my gosh.
How many times do you have reservations for 10 people?
Yeah.
You know what they should do? And I know some places do this. Charge you $20 for the reservation to hold the table.
Okay. Yeah.
Then when you show up, that $20 gets applied to your bill.
Right.
Absolutely. It's a deposit.
And if you don't show up, they keep it.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Damn right. I have zero problem with that. 'Cause if you call and cancel the reservation, you get your $20 back.
Right.
Just if you're a
It's a
no
good idea.
show,
That's a good idea.
Anybody
I support
listening to
that.
this who has a restaurant or bar, do that. And none of this bullshit, you gotta have 10 people to make a reservation. Dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway,
Alright.
I like wings, so that's why I like
Yeah,
to talk
okay.
about wings. You got anything else for us?
We can do one more. We got time for one more quick one.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'll do this one. This one's funny. It made me laugh. There was a, the term porch pirate.
I do.
Yeah. Well, there was a guy. I'm going to assume it was a guy. It could have been anybody.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Someone dressed up as a trash bag to steal packages off of porches.
Cool.
So I've seen this video, and someone caught it on their doorbell cam or whatnot, of this person waddling up to their front porch in a trash bag to steal their package.
Oh yeah, you showed me the video of that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, the guy that had it happen, he says in here, he's like, I was mad at first, but it's funny. And it was only a $10 thing. I think it was like a charger or something like that. So he didn't walk away with anything or waddle away.
Waddle away the day.
But he does say that he saw someone hiding in a trash bag, waddling up to his doorstep in order to steal a package.
And has this guy done this more than once? Or this person, rather?
They haven't said, because this was the only person that has made mention of it. He's like, he was watching the video, and you see the bag coming to my door. At first, I thought they were messing with me. But then as he looked closer, he realized that it was an actual person stealing his package. And he says, at first, I was kind of angry. But when I saw the video again, I was laughing because people these days have a lot of creativity.
Well, yeah, I mean, kudos for style
He says,
form.
So far there are no suspects, but his name is Oscar, the owner of the house. He says, I would love to meet the bag man, and I already know what I'd say. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was good.
So, anyway, that one, I just thought it was funny.
I wonder if the guy who dressed up as that
is
glad he did it.
Ba-dum-bum.
Wonder if he's a hefty guy.
Hefty.
Yeah.
Wimpy.
Yeah. You gotta be like you don't want to do that on garbage day, though.
No, probably
right?
not.
And
You
up in the
imagine?
back
Oh
of a
my
truck.
god! Oh my god, we.
Yeah. And you throw them in, there's like feet sticking out the bottom of the bag. It's like, it's that kind of neighborhood.
It's too late now.
Wow. Where was that? Obviously, I presume in the States. Shouldn't
this
say obviously.
Was Sacramento.
Oh, California.
Yeah.
Morale.
So there you go.
That's
a funny one to end with, I think.
I would agree with you.
All right.
Can you send me that link then?
Yeah, I
wonder
will.
if that video is shareable. I want to share it.
Okay.
Share it.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Share the share. That's terrible.
No,
Forget it.
don't do that.
It's alright.
Don't rock it. We're ending on a good note.
Wasn't. You saying that was oh, God. Alright, well, thanks. Thanks, everyone, for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, we had nacho chips and queso. We forgot to offer you.
Yeah.
But next time, next time.
Alright.
Alright, take care. Adios.
Okay. Alright, bye.
Bye.
The Absurd Podcast is written, produced, and recorded by Rod and Mel. Music by Audionautics.com.